Okay. So, good evening, everybody. Dear participants of the Climate Change Makers Digital Innovation for Youth Climate Action Conference and Exhibit, I'm delighted to welcome you now to the highlight of the conference program. It's the opening of the Digital Art for Climate exhibit here at the United Nations Conference Building, and it's the so-called curved wall space that we are in, and we are proud and happy to be here with the inspiring artwork from the COP26 art competition, and also with roll-ups which explain what the initiative is about and its logic and its tool and information about our partners, especially UN Habitat and UNEP. Let me briefly explain to you what is here on display. So on the first TV screen, you see the interviews with the winners of the COP26 art competition. We have the first place award winner from the Philippines, Brix Mandilo. We have Ekaterina, a young mother who has won this, living in France, and on the interview you see her speaking with her newborn child and saying how important it is for an artist, especially who feels the stresses of time to take action, to contribute, and having Digital Art for Climate as a channel where creative community can contribute to the fight against the climate crisis is very enlightening for them and enriching. And yeah, so there's also the Matare graffiti mothers special award winner from Matare. It's a former settlement in Nairobi, Kenya. They have produced a mural calling for more environmental awareness and transition to renewable energy. And they also say it was an inspiring experience for them to join the initiative. Then on the first roll-up you see information about the partners of the conference and exhibit program here, Climate Change Makers. Climate Change Makers is a program of World Environment Situation and UN Habitat Youth Program in which IAI is an associated partner. And then on the second roll-up you see Action for Climate Empowerment, Logic and Tools. And the message there is that on the one hand, Digital Art for Climate with the art competitions that we organize and with the partnerships with high-profile artists that we are working on, we want to inspire more bold global climate action with beautiful art. But the second pillar is resource mobilization for action for climate empowerment. That's the game changer. That's the new element. Art competitions have been out there before, but really taking the artwork on the next level, creating digital assets, creating NFTs, which can be sold, and then the revenues being used for supporting the participating artists, supporting youth climate action projects, and building the institutional and technological infrastructure for climate action empowerment. This is the new element which we are bringing with our initiative to the UN, and we will come to this one later, but the message is culture, technology, and organizational innovation for action for climate empowerment. So organizational innovation, social innovation is also very important. And as regards Action for Climate Empowerment, Logic and Tools of our initiative, you see the screenshot from our NFT marketplace, which has been prepared for us, delivered for us by Unique Network. It's an NFT platform on the Polkadot blockchain ecosystem, which is environmental friendly and interoperable blockchain ecosystem. And then the information that the revenues from NFT sales are being distributed to artists, youth climate action, and institutional infrastructure development. Then another tool that we are using and that we are introducing is the Global Challenges Action Registry, where we are documenting what kind of artwork has been contributed by whom, how has it been, the NFT been sold, what projects are financed with it, and what outcomes these projects achieve. And these entries are then connected with relational information, enabling resources and enable to buy interest. And then, so this, at the end, an artist will be able to say, with my contribution of artwork, I have enabled a specific climate action outcome. And then we have also another tool element, because we are a systemic solution. We have, for the governance of the resources that we mobilize, we have set up the Global United Citizens Organization now, which has several additional functions, but especially also the collaborative, transparent, and open management of the mobilized resources. Another tool is the Global Challenges Action ID, and I've presented more about this already in the conference today on UN Web TV. It's possible to watch the videos with more details. Then we have a walk through the Digital Art for Climate gallery. It's a virtual gallery that has been prepared for us by Art Gens on a pro bono basis, so great thank you to them. And here this central roll-up which shows our partners. So Digital Art for Climate is organized by IAI Global in partnership with the UN Habitat Youth Program, with the financial support of Arts Help, Conscious Crypto Creators Program. Our lead tech partner is Unique Network, NFT platform. The creative community partner and was the creative director of last year's art competition has been from Exquisite Workers Network. Anna Dart has been the creative director who has done a wonderful job in setting things up. Hubzine and Cointelegraph as a partner. Here the information that the Conscious Crypto Creators program is a partner of today's reception. We are grateful that they have sponsored us, and the program aims to promote environmental friendly technologies in digital art and capacity building in this field. Then we have here the roll-up, which says, provides information about this year's art competition, Digital Art for Climate COP27 art competition. Call for submissions is open. We are doing it in the context of Klimatech. It's an initiative of the Egyptian government in the context of this year's climate conference. Also the information that we will have climate, Digital Art for Climate and Digital Innovation for Climate COP27 pavilion at the upcoming climate conference, where we will also present resource mobilization, NFTs for Action for Climate Empowerment, for in support of the UN Climate Change digital archives, digitalization of archives, and also for youth climate action hubs creation in Africa. And the other two roll-ups are from our partners, and I would like now to give the floor to Taylor, our wonderful partner for UN Habitat Youth Program. We are very happy and grateful that you are with us on this journey, that you made it possible that we are here today.
Many months coming, but we're very, very happy to have the support and the effort and really the work of IAI Global and everything, all of your passion and soul that you've put into this. So one more round of applause for Miro. Thank you.
Please promote join.
Very well done. So my name, I did host one of the sessions this morning and realized I did not introduce myself. So in trying to be more professional, my name is Taylor Garner. I work for UN Habitat. I'm the focal point in Colombia and Ecuador. I work on all of our youth programming there for Youth 2030 Cities. and SDG cities. So really, all in all, working on localizing the SDGs, really working on trying to get marginalized voices, marginalized populations involved in this, and making a change through the little actions that we can do in our local communities. And so I'm really, really honored to be here today, to have shared an entire day with you all. I'm very excited for tomorrow as well, to be here and continue to have these types of innovative, creative conversations. I really hope you all keep talking to each other, because this is really what this is about, is being able to share ideas, innovative solutions, and keep pushing forward to newer, more innovative, creative ways for change. So I'll briefly introduce a little bit about what UN Habitat is doing. So UN Habitat recently piloted a program called Youth 2030 Cities. Really, in essence, what this program tries to do and aims to do is strengthen the capacity of youth in local communities around the world. So we were in Ecuador, Colombia, Ghana, Senegal, Vietnam, and India. And really try and understand first, what are you doing in your local communities already? Where are the gaps that you see SDGs not being achieved, and how can we achieve them? And that from there on, we created these trainings that were very much customized for each context, each political, social situation, and got to hear from amazing youth from around the world and understand exactly what they need, what kind of support they need, and where they see their futures going. Because I think it's very easy, right, to talk about all of these amazing, innovative solutions, but I work in places where there's not a lot of access to internet. There's not a lot of access to this kind of education, and I loved what you all were saying about the importance of education, the importance of access. So I'm really, really excited about working with Miro and working with IAI to really understand how we can bridge that gap. But I really encourage you all to take a look at this banner we have right here. This was done through Youth 2030 Cities, and it's a compendium of best practices, best youth-led practices from around the world. There's a lot that are related to climate action, but there's a lot related to health, related to education, related to gender rights. And I think we think of these all as like very separated things, when really they're extremely interconnected, and they think they all depend on each other. And that's something we talked about a lot at the World Urban Forum in Poland this June, was how interconnected all these problems really are, and how we need to be able to empower youth, give them the tools that they need, and let their voices be heard in order to actually see action on the ground, because those are the people that are most connected with the local communities, are the youth. They're the ones that see the changes that need to be made in their local communities. And so I'm just very honored to be able to have worked with that project. We're continuing into our second phase this next year, hoping to expand and impact more youth lives, hear more youth voices, and see more creative change. So without further ado, thank you all again for being here, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Taylor, for being such a wonderful partner, and especially also thanks to Doug. You are the soul behind the whole collaboration. God bless you. And may I give the word now to Mo Gronheim from Arts Help Conscious Scripture Creators Program, who is supporting digital art for climate for the COP27 edition, and all our activities here as well, and today's reception.
Thank you, Miro. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Some of you were in the session earlier where I did give a brief background about what we do, but in a nutshell, we are a community-driven organization. We have 20 million people within our network, and we reach them through content and interactive programming. Our goal is to really showcase how art can be a solution for some of our greatest challenges. And we've adopted the 17 Sustainable Development Goals as our key framework for what we do. Climate change has been a really big focus of ours, and we're very excited to be partnering with Digital Art for Climate, because it really does represent what our program Conscious Scripture Creator is all about, which is educating others and offering opportunities to artists in a way that they can learn, but also have a platform to be seen and heard. And I think our gatherings like this make a huge difference, even though it's, it's a smaller gathering. You'd be surprised who's actually in the room. Just a couple of seconds ago, my friend who is a journalist at TechCrunch, Business Insider, she has helped Profile Arts help in the early stages. So you never really know who's going to be in the room and standing here and listening. So it is so important that when we do gather, we think about ways that we can collaborate with one another, think about ways that we can help each other, because I think that's where we can make some great impact. So thanks again for having us, and I look forward to chatting with you.
Thank you very much, Mo. And with this, enjoy the evening, enjoy the exhibit. We are delighted and happy and grateful that you are with us here today. And join us tomorrow at the conference again, 10 o'clock, conference room 11.
Sorry, I just want to add, if everybody can take some time and visit our website, it's artshelp.com/CCC, and you can learn more about how you guys can also qualify for the grant and apply for some resources.
Excellent. Thanks.